And it's going down on Anubis. Pistols, ENCE on the T side, G2 take to the defense. Bit of a black box on this one, Chad.
Yeah, neither team playing this since out of the break, and geez, those odds, yep, reflecting just how easy it has been for G2 throughout this series so far. Nuke, a walk in the park. Mirage, sure, they had to stretch those legs, but now awake and ready to go as m0NESY once more detaches the silencer from the USP. The kid's got some pizzazz, I'll give him that much.
And doesn't it categorically make the weapon worse?
I guess that's a debate you have to have with him in Simple.
Doing it hard mode. Doing it for the style points.
Taking their time with this one, ENCE. Only won 1 pistol round so far out of the 4 played. Would love to add another one to that tally.
It's about to be up for debate. m0NESY first contact, Hunter swing through, but m0NESY doesn't need any help. He's good for it. So many players here, and every headshot connects. m0NESY 2, NiKo, he does the same with Hunter's help. And ENCE just flatline.
Absolutely evaporated here. That's G2 going to pick up 4 out of the 5 pistols that have played so far, unless dycha has something to say about this. A 1-on-4 situation.
They've got the bomb, and 1 bullet will do it to the dome of dycha. Giving it everything he's got. Not going to give it up lightly. Identifies multiple bodies holding that bomb. Is helpless. JKS gets 1. And G2 start that countdown. Looking each other in the eye, saying 15 more.
Yeah, right. That's bang on. That is bang on indeed. And they're just kind of going through the paces right now. Things are working so well. First bullet, Chris, dead. Even finds the second here. m0NESY and NiKo finding impact in what feels like all of these pistols. And not allowing the plant once more. So Snappi into the stack. This is where it's going to hurt. You feel out the gates on the T side that you just waltz on into. Lion's share of G2's defense. They're going to force fight. But we haven't seen much success without the plant on these type of purchases here. JKS blocking over towards A. You see that offensive molly to slow down the A main control. They have enough util to execute in towards his site, and he's currently on an island here. It's very heavily fortified over towards B. JKS is going to have some issues on his hands here. You can see the util being dumped across. They can smoke heaven, molly bricks, even connector in play. There's more than enough utility to make this one possible.
He's so alone. Next closest is NiKo.
Nade could be good, getting sticky.
Chips away. Tucked in now, they're testing him. JKS, what can you do? He can do a whole lot with the SMG, 2. But the site now lost, and it's a hard one to get back into. Only Tech9s though. Diligent on their clears, worried about a lurk. The site lost, the bomb down.
NiKo's on his own. Hunter needs to come around and fast.
Loud about this. Perfect weapon for the job. He can be dynamic, mobile. Leap around the corner, NiKo can clean up his mess. And they bring the fight to them. Overlooked is NiKo! Works perfectly for G2, and that's not the weapon for the job. As NiKo leaves the round with 3.
The one key difference here, they get into the side, they get the bomb down. So somewhat threatening 2 kills is great. A little bit of confidence there. Let's make some noise for Swanee. The only German representation here on the stage, the coach at G2. And Madden with more of those looks. You can see desperation stations as ENCE with that plant. I cannot believe they're opting for a play like this. Want to keep the pressure on early. They're going to go down in the ENCE fashion. If they do lose here today, at least they've stayed true to form of the way that they like to approach these rounds. Sure, maybe not all the individuals are contributing in the same way that we know and love with the big stage. G2 are thriving. Again, 3 strong towards B. So really wanting to allow ENCE to execute in towards this side. They have some very good executes, some good snowbally plays here in m0NESY with the M4. Hold NertZ at bay for now. Tickled down, chip to 54 as more pressure applied from Snappi and dycha. Smoke will fade and the pressure will come.
Yeah, they're testing them. Hunter forced out of dark. Snappi occupies it now. Fires the shot. Oh, damage, but nothing lethal. Snappi leaves empty-handed for a 3rd round on the trot.
A well-timed block as well. You see they drop that B long smoke as the pressure comes through dark, and now working on a boost here. Pressure applied.
Oh, m0NESY.
That
just looked away, and Madden profits. Perhaps NiKo can get more. Madden caught out, completely executed, and getting away with the smoke as well to delay. You'll force the defense to rejig it. NertZ static. dycha, minor investigations, doesn't want to give it up.
35 seconds though, the bomb's on the other side of the map. Is this a fake in towards B and hoping Sampayas can plant?
Well, they're counting on Sampayas doing the impossible. Walking in, crab walk, works out. Maybe the forces are rotate if HooXi does go down, but nothing to report. NertZ now spotted, firing off shots and hitting them as well.
JK's just left the site, Sampayas can get in.
They're doing it.
And NertZ can leave, they can play a 2-on-2 from this A side. The bomb will definitely be planted here, 10 seconds left. 40 about to be thrust on the clock. Ooh. Coast is clear now. That's information in itself. The bomb goes down, the penny is dropped. NiKo and JKS need to rotate back over. NertZ is in the wind. He could be absolutely anywhere right now. There's a kit in this, no util.
This would be one hell of a way to find your first round.
10 seconds already gone off this bomb. G2 need to get a move on, or Sampayas is about to steal one away here.
This could be it for ENCE. A taste of victory early on a must-win map in the grand final. NiKo spots out Sampayas.
He's got to sit the
defuse. He can't finish him. NiKo has the kit. So low. If JKS goes down, he's a dead man. JKS can't be the bodyguard. NiKo's got no time, no hope. ENCE will take it. And they're going to have to be happy with that one. An avant-garde approach. Two-man commitment into the other bomb site. And G2 baited.
That's going to feel good, right? That's a good decision mid-round, right? They take some tussles, they take some fights, and then they outmaneuver G2. That's very well done there from ENCE. This one here, sure, everybody goes down, but they've stayed stubborn with the approach. We touched on the fact that this is ENCE playing their style. Force buy after force buy, they understand the damage being done, and you bang on. If JKS gets that kill, round over. No chance for NertZ. It's a fight as well that was isolated one-on-one, right? That's it. There was plenty of time for the defuse on NiKo. So G2 put under pressure here early. A timeout called. And NertZ as well, he allowed Sampayas to stay on the site, right, which was the bravest of all of that. He was just dealing with all the flank potential, understanding that timer of them rotating in. They had to be diligent with the clears. They don't know how much room they had given up. So really well done there from ENCE, but they need plenty more of that, and that's going to come from the players in the server, right? It's not going to be necessarily the calls of Snappi, but decisions they make together. There's a window smoke lined up from NertZ here, going to deny middle. So insta out of spawn as this hodgepodge buy from G2 nets them 2 M4s. Aggression out mid here, NiKo wants to fight.
Snappi stampeding up the canal. Sampayas was jiggling the window and NiKo will fire off a warning shot.
You're not going to repeat that at all.
Oh, Snappi, that is ballsy, and Hunter's been caught out.
Very well done, that is huge.
He's not stopping. He is not stopping for anyone. HooXi, his next victim, Snappi, takes the B-bomb site by force. NiKo and JKS don't budge, but Snappi clearing his corners. He's saying, lads, there's not much going on here. JKS spotted out as well, so the aim anchor is still boots planted.
Call it off now. Just hold on to what you have here. This investment from G2 all in vain. And great work from Snappi. This is more like it. This is the ENCE that you know and love. Those type of plays. The in-game leader waltzing in. Bit of a money man strategy there on his own. He goes into the stack. He calls them into A. He gets 2 kills like that. He calls Madden over. They clear it out as a pairing. Nobody's home. And 2-2 the scoreline here. You mentioned that reverse sweep. Well, on the desk, they were talking about the fact that these are the 3 maps that maybe, just maybe, you start to favor ENCE on. Anubis, Ancient, Vertigo.
Maybe they just wanted to get rid of the hard ones first.
Maybe they wanted to win the grand final in style. A reverse sweep and a best of 5 as they're trying to hunt and take these rifles away. This would be a massive boon for ENCE going forward if they could even just rip away one of these. NiKo needs to be careful, and Madden, he removes it. Oh,
that's a big one. That's his first death as well. NiKo condemned to just the pistol for our next round of play, and it's Madden, a fellow Balkan, to find him.
Well, what would have been 2 M4s here is just the one from Honesty. So how do they want to operate with this? They tried aggression towards middle in the previous. This time, not an awful lot of investment behind the saved M4. 5-7 for JKS retained as well here, and once again over towards the boat. With a lot of the forces, you can see Snappi charging up, happy to make the sound cues. Want to apply pressure towards Dark time and time again. If they can get control of this key position on the map, it's going to help them. in flux between both sides, but Monacy's M4 spotted. Now you'd run in towards A for sure. Would they have a boost here?
It's a boost, sure, but oh, the flashes. Incredibly susceptible to them was NiKo. Doesn't have the info. And now that bomb's going down. Trying to erect something else, and really, despite Monacy's first frag, they have to set him up for more. Adjusting it now, but no reason to move, no reason. As that bomb ticks further in ENCE's favor. They regroup, they're going to try and use their power in numbers.
Just looking for damage here, surely.
Yeah, Monacy's
can't win
not
this round
moving
now.
at all. What's going on? They just want to take some rifles, maybe? On the way out the door, Madden is trying to evacuate. He will go down, good find. They're punishing them, making it as costly as they can. No round, but they will leave with some frags. 3 members of ENCE forced to rebuy.
Oof, when Hunter there, just in the final moments, trying to find himself a rifle would have been great. He was in 4.3k here. Couldn't pick anything up as he ran on through. But drops are made available. All good in the hood here. As everybody on G2 is going to have a rifle in their hands, but ENCE changing the flow of the game. This is 3 consecutive, and some of the changes here, look, getting into the sights and getting those bombs down is going to help them a lot throughout the later stages of this half. The damage they just sustained, sure, but here they have the advantages in the rifle rounds. Again, another 3-strong B setup as Madden to apply some pressure towards mid.
Like this, it's what Madden's been known for. Can burrow in deep early. NiKo's position noted. As Madden reveals himself as well. Pressure applied to middle. They want to fight for this. HooXi, he's called for the flash. They're all doing the dance. There's a double out of HooXi. And there's more to be had. Snappi with 1 back. And now they can attack from both fronts. How is Hunter still alive? How is Hunter still alive? That should have been the equalizer. And now Monacy's been set up for success. If Sunpius goes down, 6 HP, solid from Madden. And the site is theirs. We don't know, about to rotate. And they slow it down a bit. Sunpius crawl through, the shadow betrays him. And Madden's got to go around the world with 40 seconds to do so.
Well, last time round, 2 of them in the mid round. This, just Madden. Has an open bomb site available to him once more, and we saw NiKo and JKS struggle to get back in towards A in the previous. JKS now hightailing it over towards the heavens, sprinting to try and cut him off at the pass. Smoke into the site. Does he want to play ahead of this?
Could spam. Or jump in even more to guarantee it. JKS, solid. Denies the plant as well. A lifeline for G2 there.
If I'm HooXi, I'm flashed out and I'm fighting. I get the double, probably screaming for the trade on the 3rd right there, wondering where the hell is Hunter. He does delay. They do make good on another kill, but that one got very, very dicey considering the opener. Coming out. The flashes are following through. HooXi gets 2. G2 will get their first on the board since the pistol and the conversion here. It's back in, both teams with AWPs out to play right now.
Mid is off limits.
A has really been the side of their affections here. They want to try and pressure this. They know that JKS will be tasked more often than not with having to hold this on his lonesome. It's standard for the anchor, and if you pressure him early, you force out his util, which means later in the round you can return to that site. So here, already dumping a smoke off the rip. JKS feeling the pressure, has called for aid. And this is a key position that Madden will be working on these rounds, this mid-control. Oh, he has the timing.
Oh, you've got to get through NiKo and Monacy.
Labored from both of them there.
And JKS knows this first fight is integral to their success. dycha the one to test him. Solid connection, but not expecting NiKo on the bricks position. Damage onto Monacy, they are hanging on. HooXi caught off on B, hold on. Hunter, if he can find this frag onto NertZ, he has been overlooked. That bomb heads back over towards the A site. Snappi has some territory he can work with.
JKS was just spamming that heaven smoke to aid NiKo here. So will he go overlooked?
And he certainly find the first. Maybe Snappi can make a round out of this. 2 versus 4. Against the odds, but look at the health. They're going to be looking to Hunter to close. He's miles away right now. Snappi's forcing the issue. Brings the fight to JKS. And ENCE, they certainly do impress. What's m0NESY supposed to do? That time is ticking. Hunter's just arriving. And Sunpius with his scope.
Time.
Ready for you. Thank you very much. As the round is theirs, ENCE turn the tables, a 2v4 on that ace site. And G2 broken.
Yeah, shattered here as the finances are concerned. That's around the G2. They're going to be wishing they'd played that a whole lot better there. NiKo getting isolated. I said that JKS was spamming in the smoke, make sure there's no creeps coming through, but also trying to bait on that fade. But Snappi too good. Gets both of those frags. JKS and NiKo falling. You see here the fade, NiKo falls. Snappi knows in this situation he needs to make a heads-up play. So able to isolate those jewels. It should never go down that way. Great work, and that one's going to fire them up here because they know what that means. SMG's out, 2 of which. One for Snappi, one for NertZ. Going to try and farm up some G2 players now as they are going to push long once more.
Oh, wow, that's a good start, but not a great finish. Hunter onto NertZ, but dycha, he's gotten them not only the double, but the bomb site. Snappi confirms it out of dark. Look at the amount of util, they even double smoke it. And so this is going to be a nice guaranteed 5th.
So now some of the questions, because this is Eco, even with the flash of NiKo, I don't expect it to get an awful lot here. Might just flash 2 pistol players through, see if they can get an extra kill. That's going to be about it. But in these future rounds, there it is. Snappi gets the farm up on that MAC-10. Madden with the final is about how do they address A now? Because some of the setups that you see from teams is by posting your AWP player aggressive in A-main with the rifler. Right? You see a lot of these wombo combo setups on the fountain and the baskets. No one's had any success here. Another blue. Here we go, they get back into the buy. There's no AWP available for those type of setups, but what I'm talking about is being stronger towards that side of the map, and now to pressure the B bomb site. So Snappi, exactly what he was hoping for here. Only 2 players this time. As the nades dunk down on Sunpius. Very low but unconfirmed, and Snappi! This MAC-10 madness, it's getting out of control!
Could be more, no way! He gets 2 with the MAC-10! He has opened up the site!
And that's the round!
Snappi! And this MAC-10, he is up to 10 frags as well in our 9th of play on our 3rd.
Impact in round after round here. Not only is Snappi clearing out sites single-handedly, he is winning in situations where they are down men. Throughout these maps, you're looking at a player who stood up and knocked the man that's meant to. He's had impactful rounds. Sure, Nuke wasn't close, but he was still trying. Mirage went against him, Snappi still contributing.
Still clutching.
And that's the difference here. Snappi not wincing at the pressure right now and activating on Anubis. It's not too late in the best of 5. They just have to do it in the hardest way possible. G2 are 2 maps to the good here. Would love to get this done in a 3-0 fashion. They know what it's like to lose in a best of 5, get absolutely stomped upon. I'm sure that's exactly what they were hoping to inflict here on ENCE on map number 3. But right now, the pressure just getting turned up a notch. Second timeout for G2 here. Finances, max loss bonus will be in play into the next. And a big conversation to have here. You could drop M4s, but the round will not be perfect whatsoever. This is Snappi again, and you have to love this. Matthew, I want to return to what he said. Both of these in-game leaders know how to use speed as a weapon.
Oh, that's a good line.
And just there you see exactly that. Just pure aggression waltzing into the site, removing 2 individuals, and just Hunter getting obliterated. Can't do anything in dark. So G2 looking to hedge their bets here, not with the full investment, just with a couple of upgrades on players who did not save. So 2 rifles to work with, a couple of pistols for good measure, even a little bit of crowd control utility in the form of smokes and Molotovs. And there's one of them deployed out the early gates.
We often discuss the difficulties and the responsibilities of holding middle.
Just take a look here. I'm talking about the fact that they have conditioned A early. On your radar, top left of your screen, you see a smoke, and this is the one. JKS held at bay by this, does not know what's on the other side, so pressure applied, but G2 are taking a gamble regardless. So they call the bluff. But so do ENCE.
This could be gangster.
It's a redeploy, and it has actually allowed for G2 to start floating back over. There's a timer on this. We have a minute left on the clock. ENCE can change their mind, and they have done. In a lot of these maneuvers in towards the site, they've taken fights and they've rotated away.
Sticky nade. JKS always under a lot of scrutiny now. That fade is coming, and JKS unable to provide anything for the boys on the Famas. dycha builds upon it. Dink down, but still delivers. HooXi, nice finish. Stunning stuff on the CZ. NiKo deleted. HooXi doing everything for G2, but surely it's all in vain. Oh my goodness, HooXi! Stubborn, refuses to quit, refuses to go quietly, but it can't be more. Snappi will save them from red faces, but HooXi, a nice demonstration. He'd have run out of bullets before he took all 5.
I don't know who told him to equip that CZ, but I've seen it on him in the last couple of days here. Showing up with it in buckets and spades. This is massive shots here, but JKS trying as he might to disrupt things towards a main. Steady stuff. ENCE here, a little bit wobbly, but extend the lead. 7 rounds to the good here, 3 for G2. Let's move back into the guns.
The adage goes, you want to be the best, you have to beat the best. G2. Standing 1 map away, as SunPius makes it clear they are not done. This 3rd map is not a formality. Yeah, slight chip damage into the Achilles of HooXi. But winning that head-to-head, a good sign of life out of SunPius. We know what he's capable of. We learned that yesterday. And HooXi going for a ballsy push, overlooks it, checks it, needs more. SunPius has help, and Madden provides from the top rope. The cousins responsible for the site. Limited resources, but equipped. Will ENCE really win out the half here in our 11th round? They have that man advantage, but Hunter and NiKo still stand. Flashes are good. Time, sensitive mission now as they overlook Hunter. He knows there's more. Madden is next victim, that's solid. Gives NiKo something he can work with. JKS is rotated through, and the AWP misses his mark as JKS builds the round as well. Snappi's been great. He heard that. Punching in the code, NiKo still holding walk. Will he get away? He's looked away, and just like that, G2, a 3v4. Hunter, a lovely control at the back of the site. And after a 4-round absence, G2 are back on the board.
Looking good, gentlemen. Dressed up for the occasion. HooXi with another info play. They've been sending him out. Been able to contribute in more than one occasion here, but this is a great double from Hunter here, and the miss from SunPius. One that he'll regret. And you're curious with that, right? You said, I'm sure he heard him. Well, you've got the stage, you've got a bit of extra noise. His mouse was moving as he was planting the bomb, so probably asking the question. And because it wasn't the water sound, NiKo intentionally dropped on the pavement, right? You can't confirm one way or another. It could be a fake jump. It could be a fake drop to stall out the plant. So there's these mind games as now attempting to bludgeon this B site. Here they come.
Pace as a weapon. Snappi makes the call. Already head on a swivel, but look at the support. HooXi again with the multi-kill. Just like that, the round falls apart for SunPius. Maybe he can find something over that, but with the flash in, vision gone, and a headshot through the smoke. m0NESY has secured it for G2.
Madden's locked in here. NiKo already playing heads-up Counter-Strike, has been able to lock the door on his retreat. The redeploy over smoke will block him for now. The bomb is down in enemy territory.
And as you discussed, yeah, NiKo, he's not taking any chances here.
Surprisingly, because he's actually giving Madden a get out of jail free card here. There is a gap available towards T-Spawn if Madden would like to try his options, and with the AWP, SunPius could be wanting that. He does have cash available into the next with the loss bonus coming through, but still, the costliest gun would be a great little save, and with 45 seconds remaining and Madden getting further and further away from that bomb, you can see which way this round is going. So G2 drawn things back to just a 2-round game and going to have a breather here as NiKo has investigated, has found nobody home. do they start hunting? I guess that's the biggest question, but you're bringing up HooXi's name here, and he's definitely an in-game leader that, well, the people at home oh, hold up. They are having a look here. Madden, the worst case would be going down after time here.
Well, he's kind of made his decision now, and yeah, I think at least he's spotted now. NiKo's got ya! No AWP for ENCE. They'll have to buy another. So good to see you having fun.
Keep the pedal to the metal here at ENCE. Again, being able to bounce back with another buy. The Pious AWP is out. He's connecting some of these shots here. Snappi just down to a Tech 9. AKs are plenty on the G2 side of the server.
Quick extinguish. Madden wants to turn up the pace. Supported again. NiKo goes looking. Oh, and he finds them both! A masterful spray transfer, which leaves Snappi having to rejig the setup. NiKo may have heard that. Nade implies he did. Look at that flash to the face. Already ENCE in the tailspin for round 13. When NiKo's in this form, the same form we saw in Kato.
AWP head to head here.
m0NESY gets his cue, misses his mark. Pious gives ENCE something to celebrate, but a whole lot more required. HooXi and Hunter this time, and Hunter's gone. Maybe HooXi can continue to deliver. But no way! Snappi doesn't think so. Nails it on the way in. And Pious is going to get himself another as well.
Yeah, costly miss there from m0NESY.
They're human after all.
Yeah, you don't think just missing one shot is going to mean a bomb site is completely theirs, but bangers of shots hit by everybody on ENCE there in a huge number disadvantage. You're just talking about NiKo's spray transfer in middle. That's all for naught. And this is the head-to-head that we just had, so m0NESY gets the call across, thinks he should have hit that one. You see those frustrations coming through. JKS looking to save here and still able to mount a very deadly half. ENCE 8 will be theirs. The half one out.
Frustrations are bubbling.
Yeah, and you can understand why. They are just one map away from lifting the IEM Cologne trophy here in 2023, joining a very, very short list of prestigious names to do the double. IEM Katowice, IEM Cologne in the same year. G2 have their eyes set on that prize at the very end of the stage. That long walk feels so close, but ENCE, I'm sure they want to take us the distance. I'm sure they want to keep their name in that conversation.
And you hear it from players in interviews, that stoic mindset, one round at a time. Can ENCE put themselves there?
Here's that AWP towards A main.
Oh, counter nade onto JKS, and maybe there's pace on this, but m0NESY, oh, another miss. Still adjusts, still draws first blood. Lot of scrutiny coming his way. But with a dump of the util, it seems he's one out.
Actually forced a huge rotation here. HooXi cheated over to help middle. That just puts pressure on Hunter right now over towards B. And then had no issues waltzing in here late, whether it's Mac-10 in Snappi jumping around or late with the AWP. There's a redeploy of smoke available here, but again, Pious.
A chance. And a second shot fired off. With Snappi out dark, HooXi was not ready for that, and now Hunter, he can't do it all! He can't do it all, but two! Perhaps makes it manageable. A disadvantage, but with a bomb down, the post plant can be set up. Snappi, 16 frags. He's already found 2 in the round. For 9. Can G2 retake the site? dycha and Snappi. Focused. Entering the flow state. That bomb ticking in their favor. If he could just find that first headshot, dycha takes him a big leap in that direction. Looks good, looks great! dycha 2! And G2 helpless as 9 is in the bag! Another recovered round!
I can't believe what I'm seeing here with the type of rounds that G2 are losing. Once ENCE get a foot in the door in these sites, in these post-plant situations, play it down, the individuals are stepping up. They get in, they get the bomb down, and they fortify these sites with multi-kills. This is JKS getting chunked in the early stages, sure, but they waltz in. HooXi not ready, as you mentioned. Hunter gets 2, but all for what? dycha does not have to move. JKS in first. m0NESY had the AWP. Util still being thrown, so positions given up and frustration now on the faces of G2. Final round here of that first half, and this bye, it's miserable.
Taking a chance here, NiKo, and the frustrations continue. The Montenegrin hits the head. JKS only an MP9 to defend his site.
He's a dead man.
Good timing on that smoke. Good timing on that smoke. Oh, he's taking a dangerous game he's playing right now. He needs to be close to be efficient. Yeah, Madden, look at this. What is this? Oh, HooXi hunts him down. He saved them. JKS still has a chance to defend his site, but they're coming for him. All guns are blazing. Footsteps stampeding. Good nade back. HooXi's doing so much for G2 on this one, just to try and hold on. Hold on. Snappi doesn't want it to happen as he's walking in. Caught another. Multi-kill again for Snappi. Individually brilliant throughout this series, and now his teammates are starting to join him. Some Pius, there it is, onto Hunter to leave this half with 10. And you can feel the tide starting to turn in the Lanxess arena as ENCE leave this half with their heads held high for the first time this grand final. 10 rounds, a reverse sweep in front of them, and one round at a time.
Father, I have a problem. An addiction. I can't stop myself. The Cathedral of Counter-Strike, and it's full of sinners. But speak openly.
Then I shall. I know nothing about Counter-Strike.
Fear not. Your colleagues doesn't know much either.
But what if I call an ace a pentakill? Or even worse, a deagle a sheriff?
All will be forgotten. But just remember, that mic is always on.
That one time, Father. I never thought they'd do me like that.
Tread carefully, James. If that happened to you at class, only God knows what can happen to you here. Believe me.
Believe me, addiction is not easy to overcome.
I've been trying not to tweet about my weight loss journey for quite some time.
But isn't 3 hours too long?
The devil's pool is strong.
Yes, Father. He sits heavily on my shoulder, whispering in my ear. Give them what they want. Give them another hot take.
Gluttony, the worst of all my sins. I've taken the ESL bag. I've taken the HLTV org bag. The Valve bag. I've even taken the Blast bag. Am I a sellout, Father? Should I give up the bag?
Fool.
I'm sorry, Father. I really am.
Never give up the bag.
Father?
Here. Please.
Thank you, Father.
Tom, if you ever need me, you can always reach out to me at sponsorships@fallinggear.com.
This still could be the final half of our grand final. G2 gonna have to do it with 11 rounds on their T side here in Anubis. And for ENCE, the start of a long journey back to a reverse sweep in the grand finals. G2, we've seen some cracks start to show in what looked like an inhuman machine over the first two maps. 10 to the good. Snappi at the top of the scoreboard with 19. His first venture in the LANXESS final. And he is making sure he makes it count.
Completely different look here with the pistol rounds. Strong mid from G2 on their defense. ENCE, however, opting to batten down the hatches on the extremities here. Slinking through, HooXi leading the charge, has the support of many. A high smoke. Look off that B-side connector here. An A-split very likely as dycha and Sampayas ready themselves. JK has to flash them in.
There's that first contact. HooXi the first man in. Best dressed. Madden, missed shots. NiKo, isolate. Oh, only for a moment. Strong from Madden, and from behind, overlooked. JK, oh, he adjusts! Into the Aussies' dome, and now only 2 for G2. Nice from Hunter, needs them both! Miraculous on the Glock, as he evens the odds. Just like that, with a swish and a flick of his Glock, and more required, maybe more, maybe all. Oh, yes! The sequence! 2 clicks to the USP, and ENCE set for success.
Oh, if you're HooXi, you would have loved your teammates to get the bomb down there, give you a bit of extra cash to work with in this force fight on multiple occasions to make that happen. We're going to try and take those fights, take those duels this half. Going to be slipping through the fingers here. A great shot from Madden on the back pedal. NiKo ripped apart here. Sampayas' double. Beautiful. As JKS coming out of the gray screen. Just not good enough.
He heard the shots. You know, it makes sense. Try and punish. But head swivels around from Sampayas. He's happy with that one. G2 quite the opposite.
Yeah, as they take their third timeout here. But the conversation to have is, do we want to force buy? Do we want to save into the next? And the problem is, if they don't get anything done in this round, if they don't get the bomb down, we had a similar conversation with ENCE in previous maps with these type of force buys. You leave yourself wanting. You leave yourself in a massive pit. You have to make this competitive. You have to get the bomb down. If you're going to go for a force buy with Tech9s, Deagles, and Galils, you need to return on that investment.
Let's see if they can earn themselves a bomb plant. Or a round win. On the high end. Bang. Already chipped away at, and the most damage onto that rifle. Hunter undeterred. Snappi definitely got the better of him in that dark showdown. A deep smoke. And they're walking through. Is Snappi ready for this? Warning shots. Ready for the first. Hunter good on the trade. NertZ blind as a bat. Needs help. Calling for aid. And pushing in. Good for it on the Tech9. JKS has done a lot. And only the one from Madden. Awkward now. That bomb plant secure. And Monasty's hitting Deagle headshots. It comes down to dycha in the clutch. And the bomb does not go down. After all of that, maybe NiKo, with a single click of his Deag, he could resurrect hope for Anubis. You've got 50 seconds to think this one through, and he's immediately faked it out to rot that clock further. dycha, stubborn, open, exposed. dycha brings him low. And get the bomb down now. Information flows. NiKo. Oh, he knows. Damage. Oh, it's so up for debate. No one knows. NiKo! Can't close! 8 HP in it. dycha, what a clutch. After all of those shortcomings from the rest of his squad, he still leaves with the round.
Well, they needed to get that plant. They needed to make it cost, and they almost ripped this one out of the hands of ENCE here. But look at this from Monasty, right? He knows where dycha is, and he's just playing for the kills. You can see what we were talking about on Nuke, where all they wanted to do is fight, is coming back to cost them in some of these situations. In that first half of play, G2, they had number advantages in so many post plants, and they were unable to convert those type of rounds. ENCE are the ones who have understood the assignment. It's time to go big or go home, and they're showing up here in map number 3. Looking to take us the distance here today. G2, they've dipped in again. Sampai's AWP at the ready. Smoke obscures and shot hit. That's the Sampai's opener. And that's what they're going to need plenty more of.
Supremely aware of what was required of him. Let's see if dycha is in the same boat.
He's more than ready for this flight path here. See what type of utility their JKS is lobbing off the skybox, a smoke and a molly to force players out of baskets. He was even playing anti-flash so he could still contest this territory. And now with the number advantage, they're even going to give him some support here. Madden and dycha. Sampai's locks down middle, and NertZ and Snappi both over towards that dark position.
Looking a bit clumsy on that presence on B. There's still bodies here on A. dycha and Madden. They're through. dycha, what a snap from the FAMAS. Response from JKS, and Madden, he hides out in plain sight on the site. JKS doesn't investigate. Instead, the man disadvantage. G2 trying to regroup.
Time's a problem here. A good map for the Seesaw, but no territory to work with. And two to get through.
He readies himself for 13. They want to hand G2 a dominating loss. And that's exactly what Snappi's doing as he continues to frag. 22.
This map feels done. NiKo just going to backpedal out of here, holding onto a Galil. Would hope to get his hands on that AK. Over towards the Canals position, but with 9 seconds left, I don't think that's happening. ENCE. This is the team we were hoping to see in the final here today. It has taken them 2 maps to show up. Mirage was better, but this is brilliant. This is exactly what Nuke felt like, but from the other perspective. We've seen moments from a lot of the individuals of ENCE throughout this game. NertZ, he's done all right. Snappi, a huge map. We mentioned leading by example, but this is no easy feat. Had 19 kills in the first half, 10 above anybody else on his team, and was instrumental in round after round, whether it was with the MAC-10, whether it was in post plants, and also calling his team to victory here. 3 more rounds for ENCE to net this one up.
This is where you can't trip over your shoelaces. If you want to hand G2 a taste of their own medicine, make them feel what you felt after that first map. You want to keep it clean. NiKo fully invested. Madden, only the one. That's the trade required, and NertZ doesn't get it. Saved by NiKo. JKS, he'll get away with 3 HP and that man advantage, yeah. Debatable.
The longer they take to react here, the more information ENCE can pick up. Mid-call clear right now. No threats. How far do they send Snappi forward? G2 grouped with that man advantage. Trying to look for the path of least resistance here. Snappi continuing his crawl. This frees up Sampai's, but is he there in time?
It might just be. They're coming through. Obscured view. Maybe one. Perfect from Sampai's. That was the bomb carrier. JKS is low, but he still contributes a second. He'll even get the bomb down as well. By the skin of his teeth, and still hitting shots. dycha. He's already found one in the round close in that one-on-one with NiKo.
Look at Snappi's nades.
So many. Flash high above Snappi. First is back turn, perfect. Now the distraction's in, and one by one, piece by piece, ENCE looking to take it all away from G2, and NiKo's last on the naughty list as dycha another close.
And another round where ENCE have a number disadvantage, this time on a retake. Massive stuff from ENCE. They are believing now in all these situations, not giving up hope, understanding that they can will their way into this. Hunter steps out wide, bomb spotted on the flank. Easy kill into JKS, not ready. The kills keep coming, and ENCE keep believing.
I was doubtful when I saw that smoke. Sampai's a little late to arrive at the site, but still finds a contribution, still gets that bomb loose, and the rest, they cause this pandemonium, and G2, they are with hands tied, staring down the barrel of 14-5.
Just feels for them like nothing they can do is right here. The amount of bad situations that they've lost. You see NiKo's frustrations now through the roof.
Pace is the name of the game, and look at the result. NertZ is completely unprepared. He still goes down. Look at the damage as HooXi builds upon it. Snappi, again we say his name, as he's got a lot to do, and Madden's gone. It would only be Snappi. dycha has managed to join him, but G2 are in no hurry. They cannot afford to lose their opportunity. A 2-man advantage. NiKo on that AWP with the low HP.
But this is the stuff where G2 do start to fall apart at the seams. Sure, aggression in your face, that's great. It gets them this two-man advantage, but with the low HP that you've prefaced here, and a team that likes to take things into their own hands, individuals may give away a kill here.
Snappi's comfortable, and they establish somewhat of a crossfire now. Hunter is investigating, and NiKo, his patience is rewarded. Posted up. Hunter's about to call it clear, and dycha, he's about to walk into JKS. Now, 10 HP on him. The bomb's on m0NESY, and they have got time to get that down on the other side. NiKo, happy to collect another. Taste of victory then for G2. It only took them 5.
And finally something though, and something they converted where they had the advantage because they've had it in a lot of rounds throughout this map of play here. It has broken the finances of ENCE, who are taking their first tactical timeout in map number 3, which tells you just how easy things have been going for them so far. Now in true ENCE fashion, with the loss bonus at bottom of the barrel, 1900 into the next, we do expect the force buy here. But it's less about what can they buy, it's what are they going to do with it. Are you going to play aggressive across the map? Because just there they charge through mid, drop down fast B split. So do you want to try and take the fight on the front foot? Do you want to push out B? Do you want to get in their face? Do you want to just try and go for a stack? And if you lose this round, if you pick the wrong side, you go again into the next. Well, as we see them starting to equip here, with the parting words of Saw, the coach, sure about to find out how they want to proceed forward. That's with the last minute investment. Actually not going to buy any Kevlar or utility behind this, just a 5-7 for him. Some pies with a scout.
ENCE have no right in this round.
I would have said that about a lot of rounds in this map so far, to be honest with you. I know this is easy to win number disadvantage situation on the T side over towards the A side of things, but B,
not typically the case.
and this is going to be a test over towards A. If they want to probe for any A main control, they will have to get through multiple bodies, and with the flash at the ready, JKS, he's about to be pressured here.
Tends to not feel that pressure. Waiting for the cue. Snappi, he's forced into the fight. And long range, JKS delivers.
Surprisingly, doesn't move ENCE to be more aggressive, knowing that the A lurk or the A extremity was otherwise engaged here. 50 seconds left on the clock now, and still G2 need to investigate. Hunter will be the point man.
Yeah, he's probing.
Are they going to let him off the leash here? You don't want to give away an AK in towards the stack, so time is going to be the biggest problem for G2 here.
Yeah, they have fallen victim to the clock on more than one occasion.
If they split A, they're going into the stack here.
That's what that smoke indicates.
dycha can still block connector. There's going to be problems. Big problems.
That's a great molly. Forces him forward. But the flash is there. The flash is there. JKS, a full white screen. Madden can't get it done. Can't finish the job. Finally, he falls.
Too much resistance. They've taken the bomb. Split towards B here. It's going to go down towards CT spawn. HooXi on the beach.
He definitely isn't relaxed, though. Lot to do. A lot to do. A long way back into this map. Hello. Oh, no. Oh, no. dycha, one bullet will do it. And he does at least leave with the rifle for a moment. And this shot out of the AWP makes it even more awkward.
And honestly looking shaky in map number 3.
It's all up for debate now. dycha's dead. Didn't quite nail the exit. And that's Sumpire's scout. Wow. Hits the head of Hunter. Maybe they do leave with the rifle after all. No one else is close. A nice upgrade for him.
Yeah, something to carry through into the next. So held on to the AK-47.
They know how to keep us guessing, don't they, G2?
But a mountain to climb here today. 7 rounds the difference now. Almost waltzed straight in towards that stack late, and that would have just been catastrophic to the mental of G2 going into this extended break between what could be maps 3 and 4.
Very uncomfortable scenario for JKS there. He handled it well. Madden uncomfortable as well. Missing his first burst.
How much can you get out of this AK now in the hands of Sumpire's here? And as mentioned, m0NESY, he's been having a great series so far, but we've seen some wobbles, some missed shots from the young sniper.
Sumpire's trying his luck. Help by JKS from Rugs. There is only one threat. JKS starts to use his util. Implies attention towards the A site. And that's Sampaio's rifle. The only opportunity for lethality for ENCE's 22nd. And he has already laid down the law, reveals himself. m0NESY looked for the rebuttal, empty-handed. And HooXi's crawl is going to catch the Spaniard off guard, no doubt. As he looks through, HooXi's up, and oh, Sampaio adjusts. Anyone can finish him off. He's pre-firing through, damage inflicted onto m0NESY as well.
This gets dicey now. dycha has
Awkward.
flashes.
Super awkward now. Nice from NiKo. Catches dycha on the way in. Only the P2K for Snappi as NiKo doesn't need to see his opponent, but NertZ nails it with the deagle. Has Sampaio done enough? Can they really recover this with only the one rifle? NiKo doesn't think so.
Heroics from NiKo here, 23 kills. He wants to get his hands on that trophy at the end of that stage. Not willing to give up a gimme here. That got very, very close. Sampaio, great production. A lot out of a saved rifle. Damage done and still forcing G2 to look a little bit timid here. Standing up against these light investments, just swatting them away like the flies they were. G2 is still in this, but only just. And Swanee does not like what he's seeing here. Timeout number 4 called for G2, the last one burnt. And some parting words if he wants his team to pick this up in a 3-map affair. Still 6 rounds. 6 more rounds to make it 9 consecutive just to tie the scoreline up here at 14-14. And if you're ENCE and you see them playing that slow, that methodical, you think you've got them right where you want them. Sure, it's the lighter by. Sure, we say be careful. Right now, G2, they're the ones who look like they're playing with the pressure. And ENCE relieved by the position they found themselves in. The back's against the wall. Now they're playing some of their better Counter-Strike.
Yeah, m0NESY taking some initiative, as well the CT. He's considered it. He sweeps through the angles early. This is a gift. The CTs will smoke.
Wasted incendiary there.
That one's perfect.
Costly piece of util to delay here for ENCE to miss. So under pressure over towards B once more, but the fight is coming Hunter's way.
On the fade of the Flames, they reoccupy. But this is a headshot position. This is where Hunter and his precision can do deadly work.
Getting this mid-control more often than not here, G2. Same combination.
It would be an AWP up against this AK, but a hard shot to hit all the same. All to play for if G2 can find another. And NertZ, he's aware. HooXi, his first victim, and NiKo falls as well. G2 running out of options, running out of players. As JKS, he's next! As Sampaio racks up the double. Only m0NESY next gone, and 15 in the bank as ENCE look to find a response to those first 2 maps of this grand final.
You feel that's going to be it, don't you?
You do.
You wonder with that call as well, trying to split mid to B like that, like jiggling in that corridor here. You see just how easy it is for NertZ. This is a perfect fight for him. For NiKo, it's a desperate attempt on the trade, and the same thing to be said right here. More than enough time for Sampaio to reposition, and NertZ with the final blow. G2 not looking like themselves, and hey, the crowd are chanting for overtime. I don't think so. Look at this.
Game face is on. Sampaio fires off the shot. HooXi felt that one whistle past. They're looking to pop. Snappi gets the info. Confirmation of multiple bodies. HooXi's onto NertZ though. And they're doing it the hard way now. G2, margin for error, 0. As they take this site convincingly.
No worries here for ENCE. It's okay to drop another right now. Hold on to your guns. Pack them up, take them home, and try again tomorrow. Madden's still looking around for damage here and is going to find it. You need to be careful if you're G2. If you want to start mounting this comeback, you can't be giving away rifles. You will probably need to drop a couple into the next as Madden not backing down. Happy to look for more. Wants to deny this scoop up from JKS here. Flashed forward and the Tech-9 with another.
JKS will leave with the AWP team play. Even in a guaranteed round to secure every goodie they can.
All right, well, something again here, but this is G2 are the ones playing from behind. Gonna have to do a whole lot of convincing here.
Yeah, 10-5 half. Echoing into our second.
And that's the thing, if you want to get this done in 3, you have to win now in overtime. And of course you want to get it done in 3. You don't want to go to another map. You don't want to give it any chance. But giving a chance is Salt. Second timeout for ENCE here. Mike's back open for the coaches, 30 seconds. There he saw his team get exploited over towards B. An explosion. Up through dark, in through B long. Pins to the site, easy kills, in and some saves. A buy again. Money. Starting to bottom out here. 2,400 into the next for ENCE. One of the positives ENCE have with the margin that is in their favor right now is by the time this gets deep, by the time G2 get up to 15 to 12, if that's even a possibility, the loss bonus will be maxed out for ENCE. So 3,400 into their bank balance time and time again. Saves will mean drops available. So ENCE are in a good position to close this one out. We got Ancient next and Vertigo if we need it as that decider. But the fourth map starting to look a whole lot more likely.
But is it a certainty? NiKo doesn't think so. m0NESY chipped away at. Look at NiKo go! As he demands respect on the B site. Pius will deploy the smoke. Force NiKo to look elsewhere. Madden could have had an opportunity to take m0NESY out there.
He was very softened up by the HE, so the flak damage done from the A player. m0NESY not safe here, waltzing around with that AWP and bomb on the back. So pressure applied towards that B bomb site early, trying to make them siphon through the Yuto as quick as you like. But the AWP could be the difference maker here if they set m0NESY up for a fight, but they not doing an awful lot to support him right now. Ilya, you got that bomb on your back is I'm sure what they're screaming.
And extinguish. Madden now feels exposed. He's responsible for
splitting A
main. The smoke's perfect though. They have to flash and go. Maybe Madden can do it for the ENCE squad. And they're pushing through. Turns them both. Only the one. dycha builds upon it, but flashed off. He will go down.
They're into the side here. Do they go for this retake, ENCE? Remember, Snappi's low and finances are an issue.
I'm not sure.
It looks very winnable from our perspective, but we know the ENCE just need one more round. Why take the risk? Why take the chance? It's just touch and go for G2 in a lot of these situations. You're prefacing Madden potentially there as the hero, a multi-kill, the difference maker. The same to be said for dycha, isolated up towards the fountain position. Removed, but only just. So 2 kills, that makes the difference here. G2 grab another round, they get themselves up to double digits. But you're walking a tightrope here.
Good spacing, you can see how difficult it was for Madden to make that adjustment. JKS getting his crosser on his head in time. Yeah, most definitely doing it the hard way. This is a good sequence out of G2. Winning 5 of the last 6. But of course that one put ENCE onto map point. So far they've weathered the first 2 and 5 more map points before that overtime conversation starts. Just have to hit on the money once. And with those saved guns, this one, not with all the bells and whistles, ENCE still competitive. Still a threat. That smoke, and that shot marks a potential 11th. With Snappi gone, the highest flyer, the highest fragger. Eyes are on Madden and NertZ.
But look at the gamble here. Snappi understanding the situation. Pulls everybody over to respond to this B bomb site here. Pius is the only one in the wind, and as G2 are gearing up, they're about to get a face full of flash.
Yeah, Madden's been asked to do it. He's diligent to check his back, but upon the fade, Monesi lets it go. Dycha good on the dig as well. They've already got 2 frags and Madden builds upon it. Hunter trying to save G2 now, and Sampaio, he comes alive with a frag of his own. Hunter to try and clutch to save G2, and the first is beautiful. A sequence with the molly, a tap to the head of NertZ, and with 50 seconds, Hunter fills his lungs with a fresh batch of air and gets to work.
Sampaio is giving them a way back in here. Responding through dark, not locking down the mid-rotation point. There is an avenue open for Hunter. His bigger issue is he has to get a move on, and as he drops down, Sampaio is going to hear that, the fight.
Hunter, he's cooking up trouble now. Sampaio is going to be punching his desk if Madden can't close.
He just trying to fake him. He just death can faked him.
Madden full rotation. He's going to have a chance to plant the bomb.
Hunter, this could be a masterclass.
This was supposed to be it. This was supposed to be it.
Madden's committed now. He's not going to leave. He's going to rotate now. There's no time for him to waltz in and plant. Madden's going to get there just in time. How safe does Hunter feel?
Hunter, one more frag for one hell of a clutch in a grand final. On the ropes, battered and bloody. 1 versus 3. As ENCE at touching distance of forcing a 4th.
Hunter has a molly.
Oh, that could be enough.
There's no smoke for Madden available here.
Madden, you're running out of time. You're running out of time. Is this really it?
It's just going to save.
No.
That's it.
Hunter.
That's the round. That's done. Hunter, a masterclass in the 1v3. And HooXi knows another lifeline. G2 are not done yet. This comeback, it's still on. That right there, an absolute masterclass. Outplaying Madden. Still in it. Still alive.
Magical. You thought Monesi started off right for G2, and then Hunter in a 1v3, the second frag. Sampaio isolated, headshots across the board, and then you can see Madden losing to this chess game. Faked him out on the cam.
Saul right now needs to get on the mic and settle ENCE. That was a round with 3 save guns and 2 upgrades behind it. It wasn't even a full buy. Boys, that's fine. Who cares? Wipe that out of your mind. The amount of man disadvantage situations that we have won in this series, this is our map. That's what Saul needs to be on the mic saying right here, right now. They almost did it with less. And right now they've got a whole lot more. Sampaio with the AWP. Rifles are plenty. Util to boot. Kids are here. ENCE can still get this done. G2 are putting on a show, but this is ENCE's map.
Four more. Round at a time. Nade is bang on the Monesi. Operating at half health for the rest. HooXi starts to cast his gaze towards middle, smoke out, Sampaio activating, thinks better of it as the molly comes through.
It's the same pattern they've been taking mid with time and time again. Molly and smoke combo, and then JKS follows through with more. But here it's a different look. Here they want to test the waters elsewhere. They've had success towards B, being able to pressure and pepper in towards that site, and it has worked perfectly.
Smoke and mirrors. It's only dycha here. Only dycha here. The util's perfect. Look at this, it's flawless. From G2, never mind that. They even take down dycha through the smoke.
It might feel like another save right now for ENCE. They should surely go fishing. At least have a look. See if you can find a kill. See if G2 overstep the mark. The pressure is still on them. But this is another round where ENCE likely just have to consider the save here. The same story, time after time, as now it's about to be 4 consecutive rounds for G2. Still part of this comeback. Still looking to get this done in 3 maps. The pressure, it's flicked on over again. You come into map 3, you're 2-0 down. Your back's against the wall, and you start playing like the team that everybody knows. You get to 15, just 1 more necessary, just 5 more kills, and you're taking it to map 4. You're still on this grand final stage, and now ENCE are the one starting to win at the moment.
It wasn't always just 5. It was only Hunter up against 3. And he extends play. And G2 are running with that. This belief in each other.
I discussed the loss bonus and exactly what that would facilitate down the stretch for ENCE. There will be more than enough money for them to buy after buy, especially if they're saving so many players. That cash comes in, it gets injected, and this is the final timeout available in this map. If we go to overtime, neither coach can contribute. This is it. The last 30 seconds has just been spent. The parting words. ENCE, if you want to stay on this stage, you just need one more round. Take us to Ancient. Take us the distance here in this best of 5 and keep that pressure on G2 Esports.
One round at a time. This is quite the run from G2, but it still has to remain flawless. ENCE, just that one exception. And Ancient will be seen. A different look, once again. HooXi getting answers with nobody indoors. Madden overlooking this, and m0NESY will profit.
But HooXi's still unknown. HooXi's still unknown completely.
Yeah, he's going to be overlooked.
dycha's not going to be ready for this.
Not at all. He's not expecting m0NESY.
Especially with the U2.
They're going to be walking through.
Hello.
He's in his hands. Oh,
it's another round. It's another save.
13 in the bag.
You just can't keep testing the waters. You're going to have to go all in, ENCE. You're going to have to go aggressive. You're going to have to choose how to take the fight in these final 2 rounds. You are getting dictated to. And HooXi's found the gap. He has even more pain as Snappi falls.
They're lost in their own minds now, visualizing how this goes wrong, as opposed to how this goes right.
They have to go aggressive in
round
the next 2.
Round after round,
they just have to go aggressive. You don't have any choices now. Right now, HooXi calling circles around you, and he rips more guns away. This is huge. You just got to find NertZ now. 21 points of health. The AWP, they're hunting, and HooXi's farming.
This is a twist of the knife. Taking out some pious. NertZ has still got that big green, but for how long they're crawling through. They know where you are now. NertZ will have nothing to boast. Another test passed. 5 map points.
It's not going to get any easier here.
Eluded ENCE. And only 2 more required for a 7-round run to overtime from G2. Madden's going to be mad about that. Never mind dycha.
What a surprise for dycha there. And HooXi had already started that hunt because of how easy that was. So 3 huge kills, sure. We know the loss bonus. We know there can be another buy here, but have whittled them down at the right time.
It has to be now. It has to be now.
But it's a default setup. It's a 2-1-2 again.
They cannot fumble. They are so flustered.
But see how much pressure is being applied. You don't want to dump your U2 immediately. A smoke on the side, a pressure of an AWP, and you're already siphoning through. 2 smokes on that B bomb site. HooXi from Hunter. Just barely misses the mark there. Only 1 kit in play on the back of NertZ here. If we get into a post plant, keep that in the back of your mind. Hunter with more pressure. Snappi flushed out of dark. Madden with the rotation. A 2-3 split of the defense. G2 with mid control again have had absolutely no issues with HooXi as the point man.
Madden, he took it so passively this time. He didn't want to be that first man down. They can just stretch their legs now. G2 invigorated. NiKo going to be that pointy end of the spear. Trying to find a way in. sunpius has got him. That could be the start. That could be it. But they've done the impossible once. Just ask Hunter. And he's gone too. As ENCE tantalizingly close now to tasting victory on this grand final stage. Thrown around in the first 2 maps. And here on Anubis,
support's coming.
18 seconds, G2 needs a plant if they want to keep playing. A valiant attempt. Going for the plant, no one's stopping him. HooXi will extend. JKS has caught another. There's no way. There's no way. NertZ has got it. HooXi gone. And m0NESY in an impossible clutch. He's got 2. As ENCE hold on. They look exhausted after that one. G2 the same. As they all accept, Ancient is required.